Well, we haven't seen this in a while. Yeah. Haven't really talked about comic books in a long time, and actually, now that I think about it, I don't think I've talked about comic books on this channel at all. All the old videos came over from the main channel, and they don't get a lot of views because, well, they transferred over and YouTube sucks. Anyway, Free Comic Book Day just happened again, and I thought this would be a good opportunity to show off a bunch of stuff that I got, and maybe talk about the future of comic reviews on this channel. So I got quite a haul of free comics, but I also got a bunch of things that I bought as well. I got a few non-comic book items here. I went to 4 different comic shops. Actually, no, I went to other comic book shops later on in the week, and I got some other free comics too. But I mainly went to 4 comic shops local to me. And one of them just happened to be selling action figures in tubs outside. And I got a couple of them. And here's this one. Look, it's Dot from Reboot. Don't see her very often. Don't see Reboot stuff very often either. Really cool. The card is a little bit worn out, but that's okay. It's kind of to be expected. Yeah, you don't see Reboot stuff very often. And I like that she comes with Cecil. That was his name, the little guy from the diner. Yeah, really cool. I got that Enzo figure a while back. I believe this is, I think, from the first series. The other one is from, I guess, the second series, obviously, because Enzo's an adult. So, yeah, really cool. Got a Reboot action figure. And speaking of things you don't see very often, Exo Squad. And it's out of focus. There it is. Yeah, don't see Exo Squad figures very often. And, yeah, I was surprised to kind of see this. This is from the Jump Troops. There it is. Let me get that in frame. The Jump Troops. It was just when they were trying to just sell figures with, I guess, more economical yet somehow more complex battle suits than the E-frames. But yeah, it's really cool. Again, you don't see these very often. This one is in fairly good condition. It's got a little bit of schmutz on it. I guess I didn't notice that. That's probably why it was in the $5 bin. I could probably get that off. I'm not sure what that was. I shouldn't be touching that. I don't know what that is. I need to get my gloves out and I don't know what it is. I don't want to know what it is. Never mind. Let's just move on. So I didn't buy a whole lot of comics this time around because, well, unfortunately I have to be a little frugal lately, and I don't want to get into why. It's a kind of a long story. I'm gonna probably vlog about that on the main channel. But the few ones that I got here, I got Descender Volume 5. There it is. I don't think I've ever talked about Descender before, but I really like this comic. I bought Volume 1 just as an impulse buy because I was going on a trip and I needed stuff to read. Unfortunately, it didn't arrive on time, and I had to wait till I got home to read it. But I really liked it. It's a very slow release because I've been buying the collections, and it's up to issue 5 or Volume 5 rather right now. Really like it. Highly recommend it if you like good science fiction stories. But I got that, and the only other comics I got were a couple of G.I. Joe comics. I don't know why that thing just keeps not focusing. Yeah, I've been trying to collect the old G.I. Joe comics. I got this 25th anniversary issue here, and I got this one, which is number 2 of G.I. Joe Real American Hero. I was kind of shocked to see that, just, you know. I got it for $4, which I think is a good price, but I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, Volume 2, 75 cents for a comic. That's how old this thing is. Oh boy. Yeah. Anyway, I got those. Now let's take a look at the freebies I got. Oh, incidentally, I got a little baggie of free stuff too, and I got this. I don't know if you can see it very well because it won't focus. I got this big old Batman poster, or oh no, it's a Harley Quinn 25th anniversary poster. It's weird, very horizontal. I don't know if there's a good place I can hang that. Maybe I'll give that to somebody. But yeah, that was a really cool thing to get. I also got from the non-free comic book day comics. I got this DC Nation Summer of Events, whatever, number 0. Normally 25 cents, but they were giving this one out for free, so that was pretty cool. I got this Batman comic where I keep thinking that it's upside down, but it's not. DK3, I love Donkey Kong 3. It's one of my favorite NES games. So I got this one. Interesting note about this one. Apparently this cover is exclusive to the comic book shop I got it from. So that's something. Maybe it'll be worth millions of dollars one day. So in addition to the normal free comic books, they also had these. These are Halloween Fest comics. I've never seen these before. Apparently these were from an event from this past October or something. I've never seen them before, but they were free, so I got The Tick, Halloween Fest, Hellboy, Halloween Fest, or Comic Fest rather, Ghostbusters, and they had a Battle Angel Alita one, which is really cool. I've really been meaning to read the actual comic of this, but it's kind of hard to come by. So I got those, and now here's the ones you all want to see. Let's start with this one here. I got the Legend of Korra, which I actually found out has an ARMS comic in the back of it. Like, yeah, there's like an ARMS comic. I didn't know there was a comic for the game ARMS. I've actually never even played that game, but that's pretty cool. So there's Legend of Korra. I saw this one and it looked kind of interesting. The Wormwood Saga. I think this is more for a younger audience, but it's got, see this right here? This is stuff that I like. I like little kids going on adventures. That's one of my favorite things, so maybe I'll check that one out. I got the Amazing Spider-Man. It's because they had the Spider-Man comic, of course. They had an Adventure Time comic. Sorry if I'm doing this sideways, but I'm trying to work around my tripod. Adventure Time comic. They had a Ghost in the Shell comic. Wow, that's pretty neat. I'm sure whatever is in this comic is better than that movie they did. They got Invader Zim. Really cool. I was excited to get that. Bongo, the Simpsons comic. And The Only Living Boy. He's the last one. And look, he's got his choice of alien monster waifus to pick from. Never heard of this one, but just like Wormwood Saga, it kind of looks interesting. I might check this one out. Now here's an interesting one. Howard Lovecraft. I remember seeing, there was an animated movie, I think it came out around Halloween time, Howard Lovecraft. It's about a young H.P. Lovecraft and his like buddy Cthulhu, and they go on adventures and stuff. No! No. That is so wrong. That is wrong on so many levels, and apparently there's like another thing on the back here. It's the Steam Engines of Oz. It's a Wizard of Oz steampunk thing. But this, no. Absolutely not. No. Alright, Transformers Unicron. Really cool. Love Transformers. Star Wars Adventures with Han and Chewie. No doubt to prepare for the upcoming movie. I got a Sonic the Hedgehog one, but I feel like I've gotten this one before, but I could probably be mistaken. It might have been a different issue or something. Apparently there's a Nightmare Before Christmas comic. Not only a comic, but it's a manga, because it's left to right. So, yeah, I gotta check that out at some point. Speaking of which, I got My Hero Academia. Really love this anime. Quickly became one of my favorites of all time. Of course, you got Avengers. Got that one there. Street Fighter 2. Oh, wait. Ultra Street Fighter 2. Or Street Fighter 2 Ultra. Whichever one you want to. Also, this one, World's Greatest Cartoonist. I think it's just a collection of, like, comic strip writers. A lot of them look very old-fashioned. I kind of like them. So that one's kind of interesting. And finally, I got 2000 AD. I picked this up because my friend Pinto is a huge fan of Judge Dredd. Wanted to show that to him. And that is my free comic book haul. Let's get Sonic the Hedgehog in the thumbnail so to get me some views. Alright, so that's my free comic book haul. Leave a comment below and let me know what kind of cool comics you got on Free Comic Book Day. And, well, you know, it's been a while since I've talked about comics, and I've really been meaning to get back into it, especially since people have actually sent me comics either off of my wish list or to my P.O. box. And I have been reading a lot lately, and I would like to maybe do comic reviews again. Uh, a lot of them, unfortunately, are going to be Patreon exclusive. The Patreon, I believe I explained this last time. If I get a comic donated to me in one form or another, I'm going to put it on the YouTube channel. If it's a comic that I found on my own, that's going to be a Patreon exclusive. So check out my Patreon and donate $1, and in sometime in the near future, I'm going to be posting comic book reviews again. Right now, I'm posting this video in the middle of kind of a backlog I made for this channel. I've made a lot of videos, and I just kind of uploaded them, and I'm just releasing them periodically. But I'll put this one up in the middle of it. And I think once the backlog's been burned through, I'll go maybe review a bunch of comics and stuff. And be sure to check out my Patreon, because I'm going to be posting from the Longbox videos on there. Just again, it's the ones that I find on my own. Stuff like I'm probably not going to do a video on Descender, but stuff like that, as opposed to things I've gotten in the mail and been meaning to read and talk about. Apologies to those of you who have donated and have been eagerly awaiting me to do videos on it. I don't. If you've ever sent me something, I haven't forgotten about you. Let me put it that way. It's just sometimes, life gets in the way. Alright, so that does it for this video. Stay tuned to this channel for a bunch more videos and some comic book reviews sometime in the future. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys later.